Hi, and welcome to Willey Farms on Route 13 right there in Townsend. In Delaware, you can't go wrong with it. This is Donna here with me. We're going to do something special on today's show. What are we doing, Donna?
Well, it's a picnic theme, and you know what? I think we've got almost too much stuff for half an hour show.
Yeah, we're going to try to squeeze it all in, but Donna and I are going to do some cooking here in just a few minutes. You can see all the people back behind us getting everything ready for us. We're going to do some cooking. We're also going to go in and talk about some fairy gardens.
Fairy gardens. Who would have thought? They're really, really popular, and we've got a couple ladies in here that know all about them.
And then we're going to show you how to cook some vegetables on the grill along with some desserts. You don't want to go anywhere. You want to stay right where you're at. We'll be right back, and Donna and I going to cooking. I'm going to eat, and she's going to do the cooking. We're getting ready to start where we're barbecuing already, Donna. We told them what we're going to do. We got things started, and well, let's talk about what we got, because I couldn't. Every time I come down here, I learn something new. I had no idea. If you're tired of eating frozen meats and all that kind of stuff, fresh meat right here at Willey's. I didn't know.
That's right, exactly. We've got beef, and we also have the Gerber Farm chicken. So we have fresh chicken, we have beef, we've got the hot dogs, the bratwurst, the kielbasa, and it's all fresh.
Yeah, and when you're talking about it fresh, you actually have the family that's raising some of the cows that this beef is coming from. That's what blew my mind. It doesn't get any fresher than that. And that's what kind of steak are we looking at here?
We're looking at, look at that. We're looking at the herring run steak. That is what we have here. We got it nice and crispy there.
That's where I like it, though. Yeah,
that's good. We also have some hamburger that we're going to work on, and let's see. Let's turn this. Make sure we don't. I never said that I was an expert at this, but
we're doing this on the fly and everything, which makes it kind of difficult to cook and everything. But I want to tell people, because I didn't realize the whole entire thing that we've got set up here, including the charcoal, is all right here at Willey Farms. I mean,
that's right. We're using the charcoal that we have. It's called Cowboy Hardwood Charcoal, and that's what we're using in our Weber grill today.
Yeah, and a lot of people, go into the gas and everything else, but you don't get the flavor that you're going to get when you're talking about barbecuing and doing it right than what you're going to get with using real charcoal. I mean, that's it.
It's totally different. You're right. It is.
And that's what I like. I don't want this gas and everything else. And if you haven't tried, this charcoal, you definitely want to try it. It's one of the better. It delivers a different flavor than what you're getting from the other charcoals.
Now, with the steaks that we've got, you do that over medium heat, and you can grill it about 8 to 10 minutes on each side, or if you want it medium rare, only about 5 minutes on each side. That's for the steaks. Then we've got these chicken. We've got the chicken that we've had marinating for about an hour, and I'll tell you that Susan, our chef, who makes everything from scratch, just loves this Farmer Boy restaurant Greek dressing, and she swears by marinating these chicken cutlets in this dressing. So
we'll be the judge of it when it's all said and done. I mean, you just put them on there because they look good sitting in there. I mean, I'm ready to eat them right now, because when you're talking about, and that's the key to barbecue. I want to tell people is knowing what and how to do it, and the right marinations, right flame, all that comes with, and the more you do it, the better you get. But the one thing you guys have is expertise down here that you can definitely help people. Like you said, go to the chef, talk to her. She'll give you some ideas. She cooks every day. I mean, she does this for a living and knows what she's doing. Those chicken look absolutely great. Now,
and you can smell the
now,
smell.
I want to remind people that you can get everything that we're talking about. You can get right here. This Greek dressing is available. If you don't like the Greek dressing, there's a lot. When it comes to it, you guys have everything in there.
We have a great selection of the different rubs and sauces. We have rubs, we have sauces, we have marinades. It's all in there, different kinds, and this is just a small fraction of what we've got in there.
Yeah, because I like a good rub on my steaks and stuff, but you got also, I'm just pick this up, you got a pork rub. That's hard to come by, is a good pork rub.
We cover it all.
You're making hamburger patties now, and I got to say, the meat coming from here, also available inside Willey's. I mean, when you talk about Willey's Farms, you're always talking about the plants and the produce and everything else, but there's so much more here. So if you're looking to go, if you're heading down to the beach, and you got to stock up the beach. There's not a better place. You're right off Route 1. You jump right off here. You load up everything you need right here. You got another hour's drive, and you're at the beach, and everything's kind of fresh. Right, goes right back into the refrigerator, and you're ready to go for the entire weekend.
You're going to love it all weekend long. Now, we're making some hamburgers here, and when you make your hamburger patty, you want to make sure that you don't work the meat too much, because then it'll get kind of dry and tough. And also, a little trick that when you're making the patty, put your thumb in the middle and make the middle just a little bit thinner than the outside, because when your meat cooks, it expands. And so if you make it a little thinner on the inside, when it cooks, it'll cook up to a nice flat patty instead of something that looks like a football.
Yeah, that's the key that I've been missing. I thank you so much. I've got that now. I can now do hamburger patties. It's going to look like a hamburger patty.
And they have so much information. They know about everything.
Yeah.
Ask them a question and they've got the answer.
And if they don't, they'll get somebody who does. I mean, even the decorations out here. I wanted to, because we mentioned something about some dish towels and stuff like that, and you pointed out that's even available inside.
Absolutely. In the home accent area, we have these new. They just arrived in the last month or so. They are Delaware themed linen dish towels.
And then what a great thing to have down at the beach or at your house or anything else is to have that right there. Now, this is we've learned about this as you're opening this up. I learned about this last time, and I made my own. I mean, I actually made my own at the house. Now I just cut a slice of that, and anytime I'm cooking, like you're going to do with the steak here, I love dropping that on a steak afterwards, and it just, oh man, the taste of it is just unbelievable. This is garlic butter, and we showed you last time how to make it. If you need to find out more, you can always just come down here to Willey's, and you guys, everybody cooks with that down here.
And it's so good. And you can have it available in your refrigerator. You make it up, you have the roll, you keep it in there, and it keeps nice and fresh. And you can cook vegetables with this if you're sautéing or anything like that. Or when you do a steak, just put it on there, and it's nice and hot, and it starts to melt.
It doesn't get any better. I'm telling you, it's absolutely delicious. And then it depends what you like. There again, check out the different rubs because we're showing you some of the condiments that's here. But that's nothing. If you look at that shelf in there, how many you guys have and the selection that you have?
We have the entire front wall is full of rubs and marinades and sauces. From any kind of taste that you want, we've got it for you in there.
And it's all picnic themed today. We got burgers going, we got hot dogs going, and we're going to just keep on cooking here as Donna, because I'm waiting to get to the point where we're actually eating this stuff is what I'm looking for. And I'm looking at the burgers, and they're not like mine. They're not, like you said, going into that football shape and everything else. The key is just punch in the middle a little bit.
You want a hamburger, not a hockey puck.
I always had a hockey puck, so now I know how to cook hamburgers. Now, did you mix anything in the meat itself, or is it just ground beef?
Not this time, but you can. Some people like it just straight hamburger, but other people, like when I make my hamburgers at home, I usually mix it up like I'm making a meatloaf. And then I divide it up into the hamburgers and put it on and make it as a hamburger. But you can do it however way you want it. And just a reminder, like when you're doing steak, you want to remember to let it rest for 2 or 3 minutes before you cut into it so that the juices all go back where they need to go. And try not to poke it. I'm using tongs and a spatula, but I'm not using this. You don't really want to use this too much because you start poking at it, and all the juices flow out, and then you've got a dry whatever it is.
That's where a lot of people make the mistake and lose their flavor out of that. Right. Now, going back to the hamburgers, I was thinking, one of the things I like doing is taking a good rub as you're doing that with your hamburger and putting that in there as well.
Right,
so it really gives you some great flavor. So, there, it just depends on your likings there. But I got to remind you, Willey's Farms, we got to remind everybody where we're located on Route 13. If you don't know where Willey's Farms is, and a lot of people, like I said, pass by here at 60 miles an hour, and they think it's a produce, and that's it. But there's so much here. I mean, when you're talking about it, I don't care what it is. Full-blown grocery store is what you've got. Plus, all the plants and vegetables and everything else, it doesn't get any better, and it's all fresh, folks. When I talk fresh, I'm looking at this chicken. Oh, man, that's looking really good, Donna. I was going to say, let that piece cook a little bit more, and I'll sample that. That'll cook pretty quick. But you want to be sure. That's one thing about chicken. You want to be sure you cook it well.
That's right. You do need to make sure that you cook it well. It needs to be an inside temperature of somewhere around 175 to 180. And you have those kitchen thermometers, the meat thermometers that you can use. You just want to make sure that you're safe.
We're going to get back to the barbecue in just a few minutes here, but I wanted to come into the home accent area. Everybody knows Kathy over here, and this is Laura that's here beside me. and we're going to chit chat about. And I've changed my whole thought about gardening now. I am in love with this. This is what fairy gardening.
Fairy gardening, you can do it. I have some set up for outside. Of course, you can put them in your own little garden near your walkway or anything. I've used some different things here. This one here is just an old box. I have a basket that I've just turned upside down, put a few accents on the front, and I have a cup and saucer here.
You are a creative genius. I didn't realize that's what that was.
Throw some moss on there, put a little butterfly on there. I would glue this if I was keeping this, but I wanted to be able to show it for the show.
Now, this is all real stuff in here. Pretty much. The majority of real moss.
Some rosemary here. We have some alyssum here. This is an old Christmas ornament, I think, and I just stuck in there a little mini violet. And you have to have a little fairy ring for the fairies to do their little dances. Sliding board, so they're having a little fun in this garden.
And then you got this one out. I love this one out here in front. So
more of a little English cottage garden here. Some begonias, little bench, and we sell all these little things. Some of the things we've made up our own. This is a little made up, and we have little Jeepers Creepers that you can buy that are low growing. This here is just an hors d'oeuvre stick that we've used. So some of it you buy, some of it you put together.
Yeah, when you're talking about it, it's you creating your own designs. I mean, I see different styles that you've done here, and the nice thing about it is, let's talk about before I get over to Laura, that all this is available here at Willey's. What you got, and pretty much everything here is right here at Willey's in the home accent area as well as out in the plant area.
Yep, and some of it, are just things that we find in our little trinket boxes that we put together. I use, for instance, over here, I use the little stepping stones, and they're just little children's beads that they use for necklaces and things. Broken pot, and we just did a little stairway here with.
So don't throw out your broken pots.
Don't throw anything away. All those little junk drawers you have.
I got a whole garage full of broken pots. I know what I'm doing now. I'm in the fairy garden because if you don't want, this is outside. You can do it outside, inside. Great for a garden room here, or like you said, a walkway coming up and everything. But this over here, if you've got an indoor, sunroom, I would say, and you want to decorate it up a little. What a great thing you got going on, Laura.
They're a lot of fun. These fairy gardens are made with a lot of artificial things such as silk flowers, and we made a little bedspread, get it out of here, with artificial rose petals. Just glued onto a piece of cardboard to make like a little bedspread, and a little ball of twine here for a pillow.
And so you're inviting the fairies to come in and join you in your little room out there. I mean, it's all just unbelievable, the ways that everything, and it depends on what you want. I mean, you can make bigger ones, smaller ones.
That's right. This one here is a little picnic area. We just used a little piece of burlap and sprayed it different colors to make it look like a little patchwork quilt, little basket, little artificial silk flowers to make it look like a little picnic area.
Well, we don't want to give away too much of what your creations are because
crocheted pillows on there too.
Hand crocheted pillows.
Little pillows that are hand crocheted.
Now, and I want to remind everybody, all that you're looking at, once again, available here at Willey Farms when you talk about the artificial plants as well. I mean, and a lot of this has moss in it, real moss. I know that.
Real moss.
That's what attracts the fairies, am I correct? It draws them in there. So
you can just go out to your yard and get a piece of moss, and you want to spray it to keep it nice and green, and then just tear it to fit your dish.
Yeah, and we want to talk about it because a lot of people are saying, yeah, it looks, that's, but you guys offer something better. You offer classes.
We do. Just give us a call. We'd like to have at least 5 or more in our classes. I actually have one set up for this weekend. Someone's having a birthday, and it is someone that's over 60 years old, so it's not just for little girls. No age limit on
What a great way to come down and learn how to do this, because there again, it's your creativity that's going to go into it. All you guys is kind of show them what they can do.
This is a bird bath here, top, and we just took some pieces that didn't have pieces to go to them and put them together.
I'm sure you guys got a lot of broken pots around here.
Absolutely. But like this one here, you could have it your door in your entranceway, and you can change it per season. You can do the summer, you can do the fall, plant vegetables in there, get little plastic vegetables, do a garden. You can do the winter Christmas scene. You could just change it up.
I want to push class. So if you're interested in learning how to do fairy gardens, you definitely want to call down here to Willey Farms, and the number's on the bottom of the screen there. Tell them you're interested in setting up a class. If you've got a group that want to get together and bring their entire group, these girls will get together and they'll show you how to do it. Kathy, as always, thank you.
Call.
Yeah.
Yes, it's good to see you again.
You too, and Laura, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Now you're ready, Eileen, and when you're talking about this, Unbelievable. You're going to show us how to do the vegetables.
I am. Well, we got our protein out of the way. Now it's time for our sides. So I'm going to tell you what's in season and what's ready to grill. So,
Nobody waited on the sides. You know that.
well, I like healthy. So this is my favorite part, the produce. I am passionate about produce.
You are very passionate. What are we looking at? Asparagus?
Today we have Godfrey Farms asparagus out of Sudlersville, Maryland. We have beautiful local patty pan squash, which is out of my brother's garden, Chris Willey's garden, right out back here. Everything's local. We have purple potatoes that we're going to be roasting today. And then in our grill pan, I have local red pepper, green pepper, mushrooms, yellow squash, and green squash with Vidalia onion.
And that's what I like about everything being local. Because when we were talking earlier, we talked about Dietz and Watson, the meats. And I didn't realize that. You said, Tim, they're local too. They're right down across the border here.
That's right.
Yeah, so everything pretty much is local. Let's let you get to cooking here and show me what you done do here.
Absolutely. No problem.
And
what I'm going to do is olive oil. I like to grill with olive oil quite a bit. It just keeps it from getting dry. So we just brush the asparagus and our shish kebabs, which are the Brussels sprouts, and potatoes, which I have blanched today. It doesn't take as long on the grill if you blanch the product, then it doesn't get burnt. So I have red pepper,
now you said
potato, white potato.
You got to explain something to me real quick. What's blanched?
Par cooked.
Okay.
If you drop the vegetables in hot boiling water for 2.5, 3 minutes and then take them out and drop them in ice cold water, that's blanching. It brings the green back out, and it's a beautiful way to cook.
Yeah, I'm glad now I know how to blanch, because that was important for me, because I always just threw my vegetables on, but there's a way to do it, and that's why they always end up burnt. Yours is not going to burn that way.
No.
Yeah, so.
No, and it doesn't take as long.
And you're going to keep that fresh.
Yeah, you can prep early for this, for your party.
Yeah, and have it all set so the way the people are sitting around like we are today, just chit-chatting and having fun and watching you prepare the food. I mean, it's what it's all about. I want to remind everybody, Willey's Farms, of course, located on Route 13. If you're going to the beach or going home for the beach, you want to stock up, this is a place to stock. I'm telling you, anything and everything. We talked about meats, we talked about produce, we talked about vegetables, and then we talk about fruits and all that, and we're going to show you how to cook a lot of that on a barbecue style. But I also want to mention, we saw the fairy gardens inside, and plus, we don't mention all the potted plants and all the plants that's available for you. It's a full-blown nursery, grocery store, whatever you're looking for. That looks absolutely delicious.
Yes, asparagus is out of Godfrey Farms in Sudlersville, Maryland. Like I said, it's local, and it is out of this world. The season's just about to end, so grab it while you can. And obviously, even when it's not local, you can grill all year long. Asparagus is available all year long, but right now it is local.
That's just unbelievable to grab, be able to grab that and throw it. And of course, you have a special pan to cook that in. What is that called?
That's just a grill pan. It keeps it from dropping down into your coals.
Yeah, I'm telling you, just got all the tools. And the nice thing about it is, when you come here to Willey Farms, we're cooking today on a special, I think it's very special charcoal, because I'm eating a piece of chicken. I'm not a big chicken eater, but this is the best chicken I think I've ever put in my mouth. And we marinated it today. I just want to remind everybody that it's available in this Greek dressing here inside. We marinated that for about an hour and a half inside that, and then put it on there, and it is delicious. You didn't get any of that. What are you doing now?
I did not. Now, this is another thing that I just decided to marinate with our garlic expressions. This is also from Willey Farms. And I marinated it for just about an hour, and it's just mushroom, red pepper, green pepper. You can grill everything and anything, all vegetables.
You're the healthy one here.
Yes. You won't even think about the meat after you have this wonderful food.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, and then, the corn, we got corn here, we've got a lot of things. So there's so much that you can do on the grill, picnic times, barbecuing out in the summertime, and you can get everything that you need right here at Willey Farms to do it. And that's what amazes me, because I didn't realize the meats, we talked about that, they're available, not only the produce and all that, meats, everything's here.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Now, do you say just a couple minutes on that?
Just a couple minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and put the corn on. There's two ways we love to grill corn here at Willey Farms. We love being with our family, and we love cooking together, and we do grill quite a bit of a produce. I like to grill the corn. I shuck it, give it a good wash, and put it right on the grill. Another way you can do it is if you were to shuck the corn, take it most of the way down and remove all of the silk. If you removed all the silk, which is what you need to do because it'll burn on the grill, and then soak your corn in water for at least an hour, and then put the whole thing on the grill. But like I said, you have to pull the silk out, and then you would soak it for about an hour, and then the whole thing would go on it.
Leave that and then throw that back on.
Yeah, and what the water will do after you soak it, it steams it. You'd put it right on the grill and it would steam it. But today I'm going to do it fresh.
Yeah, which either way, it depends. I guess it depends on which way you like it, as far as
Absolutely.
how to cook it. So there's a different
Many
ways.
ways.
Yeah, yeah.
Many ways. Even just steaming it on top of your stove, microwaving it.
Yeah,
Like we had.
you were talking about these purple potatoes too. I got to get back to those because I've never seen those. I mean, they look delicious.
Yes, these are not local. These are out of California right now, but they just have they're beautiful, and you eat with your eyes. And when you eat with your eyes, you tend to eat more. So you want to make it a pretty presentation. And the purple potatoes have a wonderful flavor. They are better for you than a white potato or a red potato. Anything with color is good for you.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. See, I'm learning a lot of things from the expert. And she started getting on me as soon as I walked in the building this morning about my caffeine problem. So we're going to correct that now. But it's important. And today everything's about health, and getting healthier. And this is a great way to get healthier. Is eat this. You don't eat the meats. You probably do occasionally, but you love this more.
I do. I could become a vegetarian, I think. I mean, I say that, but I do love meat. I
Yeah.
love chicken.
Yeah, no, the chicken's not. Have you had to try this chicken? I'm telling you, this is really good. Donna,
Eat it all.
yeah. Well, there's one little piece over there. I said, Donna, can you wait until I finish before you finish? Because we've been eating, and a lot of the staff came down here, grabbed hot dogs, and just great foods. I mean, everything once again right here at Willey Farms. You can't go wrong with it. As we cook some more of the bacon or the vegetables there. There he goes, farming out there, bringing in fresh, and that the nice thing about it is, folks, when you come down here at Willey Farms, you can stand out here and come out in this area that we're in here. This is where all your potted plants are and everything. Just a gorgeous, like going to a gardens, if you would, botanic gardens. But you can look out and you can see Chris a lot of times out there on his tractor doing his, they're always working.
We don't see him too much. He's harvesting right now.
Yeah.
He's cutting our fresh cut flowers that we have and a beautiful squash right now.
Yeah, so he's out there doing all that, and that's why we don't see him. And we're letting that cook up. It's a good time for us to remind everybody what else is available here at Willey Farms, is the plants. I mean, we haven't hit on that. And, what a great place.
Best spot.
What a great place to barbecue,
Yes, it is. We were saying the same thing. Perennials, we have thousands of varieties of perennials right now. Our nursery stock, we're fully loaded. We have sales that run through summer and into fall on selected items in the nursery. It's time.
Now you're going to get this ready. We're getting ready to do this, and I've never seen this where you make this. This is new to me.
This is fresh romaine, which I just give it a fresh cut on the bottom end, and basically I'm just going to use the hearts, and I'm going to glaze it just like we did everything else with olive oil because it does have.
Okay, so let's cover that up real good with some olive oil, because you want it wet.
It doesn't take long because basically it's going to be warm on the outside and cold on the inside.
Oh yeah, so it's real quick. It's on and
Very
off.
quick, on and off.
This looks delicious, I'm telling you. I wish we'd save it. Well, we do have some meat left back there for me, so.
And I got some salads for the burger.
There you go.
For the burger.
There
yes.
you go. Some leftover lettuce for the
Our
burgers.
corn, we made that butter, so I have some beautiful herb butter which has chives and fresh parsley.
Yeah, we showed that on the last show how easy that is to make. So you can always go back and look in the archives on Willey's website as well, and see how to make that butter yourself.
Yes, and also the recipes for the corn too.
Oh,
On the
yeah.
website.
Oh, yeah. So it's all there for you. More information. And remember, you're talking about local stuff, folks. I mean, it doesn't get any better than, it really doesn't get any better than that butter hitting that corn. I'm telling you, that looks delicious.
Roll butter that we sell, and I just added, like I said, fresh parsley and chives overnight in the refrigerator and then let it mold for today.
Yeah. I forgot the fact that you can get, you don't have to make this butter. You can buy it right here.
Yes, well, it's going to be just roll butter. We have to add our fresh herbs to it.
Yeah,
But it's easy because you could add fresh thyme, rosemary. The sky's the limit.
You can do like we said earlier with the meats. You can kind of do whatever your flavor is. That's what you can add to it. You can learn so much. We also showed you today. I want to remind everybody. We showed you how to fix those fairy gardens. I'm in love with those fairy gardens. I'm changing my whole scheme of my house to fairy gardens, and because that's actually beautiful. And it reminds you if you want to do a party, they bring some people down here. They'll do classes for you on fairy gardens, and we might have to start classes on barbecue in here pretty quick too. So,
I'd be the first to sign up.
Yeah, but you're getting ready to do now. What are we going to do now?
I'm going to be taking the asparagus off now because that is ready to come off.
I think we got something to grab it with back there. You always want to be careful when you're barbecuing. I want to remind you, but I love these. I want to remind everybody about the charcoals real quick if I can, because they're all natural charcoals. They're a lot quicker and ready to cook on than what your normal brisket charcoals are. I mean, these things things. You put them on, and within a couple of minutes, they're ready to cook. So you don't have to wait that 10, 15, 30 minutes that you have to wait with natural charcoal. These are ready to go. And look at that, the romaine lettuce just cooking up over there. You know, like you said, you just want it a little bit, and you're all set and ready to go. So it's going to be hot on the outside and cold on the inside. Look at this delicious looking meal. I'm telling you.
Next stir fry. This is red pepper, green pepper, and Chris Willey's green and yellow squash with some mushroom and onion. We're just going to put that in our grill pan also.
Ooh, yeah, get back. Get back.
It does. Now this is marinated with our garlic expressions, which is right on the table there. Marinated that for just about an hour and a half now, and it's delicious.
Yeah, and then when you're talking about it, I want to get a shot of that because, once again, we told you about all the rubs and everything that you have inside Willey's. I mean, they got walls of things and, different condiments to use for, all types of cooking.
That's right.
Yeah, so if you're looking for it, this looks. I'm not a veg. You're turning me into a vegetarian as I'm looking at my mouth starting to water.
Fish. You and the coffee.
Yeah. Other than there she goes. She's picking on me again about my coffee. But look at this. This is a meal in itself. Like you said, you really don't need any meats. This is all great foods.
That's right.
Real easy to prepare. You can prepare it ahead of time, get it all prepared. Then when you come out here, you throw it onto the grill and you're ready to eat. And I know a lot of people are getting ready to eat and everything. Eileen, what are you getting out now? You got to have some bread.
Got my bread. This is for the romaine. So I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil on the bread. And if you had a nice dinner party, you could grill your bread and then have the romaine sliced on the bread, and that's delicious.
Oh.
It's a nice grill mug.
Boy, I'm telling you, the Willey family knows how to do everything. Not only do they know how to grow the vegetables, and know how to cook them. That's it. I guess when growing up, you had to learn. That's what you probably ate a lot of is the vegetables out here right out of the garden.
And eggs.
And eggs.
A lot of eggs because it's quick and easy. We were just
chicken.
tired. Yeah.
A lot of chicken, and the chicken is to die for. I'm telling you, definitely want to remind everybody that Donna had that marinated for about an hour and a half in this Greek dressing here that's available on the shelves here at Willey Farms. And I'm not a chicken guy, but I am now. As long as I got a bottle of this that I can marinate it in, and the steaks, everything that we've done. Donna, I'm gonna get you to come on back in here as we're gonna start wrapping things up a little bit and remind everybody we're Willey Farms. I mean, great job today.
Oh, we had fun. I mean, who doesn't like a picnic?
Yeah, and that's what it was. I mean, the different employees running out here, grabbing a little bit here and there. They're gonna flock back down here for these vegetables. I'm telling you, because this is absolutely delicious.
It's great, and it's all so good for you, and it's just fun to do too.
Yeah, and it's a family thing. You get together, you have chit chats. Everybody's watching. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing now. We're watching Eileen cook. Somebody's got to be the cook, so she's over there cooking. Want to remind everybody, Willey Farms located on Route 13, right there at Townsend, kind of in between, Townsend and Smyrna.
Odessa and Smyrna. Yeah. Yes, very easy to get to.
And very easy, right off Route 1, folks. Get off at, if you're coming from Wilmington, I like getting off of that Odessa exit, coming over to 13 down. You're like 30 seconds down to you. And now I'm back on Route 1 right up the road, and I'm headed to the beach with all the foods that I need.
Right, exactly. All fresh, and we've got it all for you here, and hopefully we showed you a lot today that you can do with what we have to offer.
Yeah, what I was surprised with was the meats, because I didn't realize that, and there again, you saw the beef, fresh beef. It doesn't get any fresher than if they got your own cows that you got out here. So where are they grazing at? I didn't even ask that, but
they're in Galena, Maryland, and they're grazing all of Chris's fields.
Yeah, so
Dairy Run Farm.
Yeah, it's all here for you, and it's all fresh. It's all homegrown, local stuff, and it's here at Willey Farms. Until next time, I'm looking at that's looking good, girl. How long does that take before we can eat?
About 5 more minutes.
About 5 more minutes.
Get dessert.
Real quick, what are you cooking?
I'm cooking peaches, white nectarines, and banana and pineapple Foster.
Yeah, so you guys, this is how you grill that. You just cut them open and clean them out, and no marinating.
They have a little bit of olive oil, and when I'm done barbecuing them, I'll put a little bit of honey. Right before eating.
They are dessert. Right? We're gonna enjoy that. Shame you're not with us. Till next time, from Willey Farm. Say goodbye, Donna.
Goodbye, everybody.
If you're interested in learning how to do fairy gardens, you definitely want to call down here to Willey Farms, and the number's on the bottom of the screen there. Tell them you're interested in setting up a class. If you've got a group that want to get together and bring their entire group, these girls will get together and they'll show you how to do it. Kathy, as always, thank you.
Call.
Yeah.
Yes, it's good to see you again.
You too, and Laura, thank you.
Thank you so much.
We've shown you a lot on how to cook, and on this segment of Willey Farm Show, you definitely want to check out the show once again on Channel 7, Channel 28, and Channel 22 over in Cecil County. Thank you, Eileen, so much for doing all this.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks.
See us, everybody.
Yeah, time for us to eat some dessert here.